Welcome back, darlings. This video we're going to be looking at products that we can use for tyre cleaning. Got a dedicated tyre cleaner there, we've got a few others, so let's see which ones are best. In terms of products we've got here, the dedicated one is CarPro Retyre, which apparently is very, very good. I've never used it, but in my opinion that's going to be the one to beat, as it is the dedicated product. We're going to have Stjarnagloss Forced X, but it's going to be diluted at 1:1, which is its dilution ratio, which is the same as standard forced. You're not supposed to use it fully concentrated. Then I'm going to have Detail Bug Mantis, which is their alkaline wheel cleaner, and that's going to be at 1:4, their maximum strength. It's a wheel and tyre cleaner, so I'm going to use it for cleaning the tyres. Going to have a bit of Garage Therapy Citrus. I'm not a big fan of citrus, I don't really use it for anything. However, I've got this, wanted to try it, and I thought, and from other advice I've had, for wheel cleaning and actually soft top cleaning, citrus cleaners are pretty good apparently, so you can give that a go. Again, 1:4. Got Koch Chemie VB, 1:4 again. I was talking to James at Slims, he said that is very, very good at cleaning wheels and tyres at that strength, so I'm going to be doing that. And then for the sake of completeness, Surfex HD at 1:10. You don't really need to go much stronger than that. I'm not including Garage Therapy Decon shampoo. I have done that in another video and compared it against Surfex, so it was pretty much comparable. If Surfex performs in the way that they're compared to these, then you can use that as a yardstick. And then I'm going to take the top two from that testing and put them on this, which is the tyre that's come off my van. It's on about 60,000 miles, and whilst this edge may not look too bad, the inside has never been cleaned, so it's going to be the perfect test for the two best performing products. Let's go and crack on, shall we? So I've let the wheels get pretty dirty, and by proxy the tyres as well. It's about 8 to 10 weeks worth of grime on there. These are Michelin Cross Climate 2s on my Mercedes GLC, just to give you an idea of the type of tyre we've got and the manufacturer. Firstly, for every wheel, I'm going to pre-rinse the wheel and the tyre just to get any surface dirt off there, so not to skew the results. And on this tyre, I'm going to be doing Detail Bug Mantis at 1:4. That's going on here at the right-hand side of the wheel. That's going to be Detail Bug Mantis all the way through this test. And then on the left-hand side is Koch Chemie VB at 1:4 as well. I'm using slightly different foaming spray heads on this because I only had those two. I didn't have two of the same type, although on what's on the later products I swapped it around as well just to make sure that wasn't skewing the results, but it didn't seem to. So first application, and this is how the test is going to be on all the other tyres, on for a minute. That's what the dwell is. We can see what the instant reaction is. Gone up pretty brown on both sides, and both products foam pretty nicely. Leave them for a minute, rinse them off again. Right, another hit. We want to see if that foam comes up white this time. So it's about 30 seconds to dwell this time, and the foam's pretty white, but it's still a bit of browning on it. And I found the VB was drawing out a bit more there. So let's go again, round 3, and this time I leave it for about a minute and a half to dwell while I go and pre-rinse off some of the other wheels, and then I'm going to come back again, give it another scrub, and by this point the results I'm seeing there, it's pretty consistent and it's not drawing out too much more. So there we go, those tyres are pretty clean, I think, or as clean as those products are going to get them. So let's move on to the Citrus versus Surfex HD. Now here I have got the Garage Therapy Citrus at 1:4 and I've got the Surfex HD at 1:10. Now, Surfex HD doesn't foam up very much. It's famously low foaming. When I hit it on the second hit, I'm going to give it a go with putting the other foaming trigger on there to see if that brings out more of it. You can see the foam's pretty dirty, so it's cleaning off the surface dirt. There we go, with this the Infinity Wax again there. But now I've switched the foaming head over again just onto the Surfex to see if that made a massive difference. It didn't. It aerated it a bit more. Didn't make a huge difference to the performance of that foam though, and its dwell time. But we know the product's on there. And now both of these are pretty white, so they weren't drawing out too much more. Let's go and have a look at something else then. And that something else is CarPro Retyre on the right hand side, and we've got Stjarnagloss Forced on the left hand side. Forced is Forced X, so it's diluted here 1:1, which is its ratio, and when you've diluted it to 1:1 you are in fact using Forced. So that's how that one works, whereas Retyre is ready to use. So again, put the Retyre on the right hand side, Forced on the left. You can see both of these products are having a far more instantaneous reaction and drawing out more of that browning straight away compared to the other products I'd use. I will say these are the front tyres now, the other two have been the rear. The reason I wasn't using the other front tyre was it was in full sun, so it was going to possibly affect its the performance of the product, especially make them dry out more quickly. So I saved the worst wheel effectively for the strongest products to see how that reacted. You can see there that the Retyre foamed up a bit better. So I'm going to switch over and use the foaming head again on the Force this time, to make sure they've both got the same head, so there's no difference in foam. And I'm leaving this for about 30 odd seconds for this second hit to give that a go. And we're looking at this pretty consistent performance across the two, and they're looking pretty good. So I'll go for a third round, leave it for a tad longer, and then see where we get to. But again, this is pretty short dwell, and what I kind of learned from this is I should leave it for longer. Now, here's an interesting test. I've gone back to the wheel I did the Mantis and VB with, and I'm now putting on the Force and the Retyre to see if these draw anything up, because they looked pretty clean by the time I'd finished that. And they're both reacting, and they're finding quite a lot. So, bit of a scrub there, like, well, that's still pretty brown, and it was coming out pretty white on the Mantis and VB. That's not to say those products aren't great, it's just that the right context of them. If they're really bad wheels, you may need to put more on or leave it for it to dwell longer, or you just need to use a stronger product like this. So in my mind, we found the two strongest products here, which are Force versus Retyre. You can have a comparison of how bad those wheels were originally. And I'm now going to take those and put them on the van tyre. So, on the van tyre, we've got Forced on the right hand side, and I've got Retyre on the left hand side here, leaving it each time now for 2 minutes of dwell between each one. So I pre-rinsed the tyre, sprayed them on, 2 minutes of dwell. Now we go again. Another 2 minutes of dwell. You can see the Force is really browning out still. So is the Retyre, but the Force is definitely drawing more on that right hand side. And as we scrub it, we can see that the foam's both a bit brown on both sides. So we do a third hit, another 2 minutes of dwell. And I changed the head over again there just to make sure I was using the same head on both to see if that foam had any difference on things. I didn't necessarily think it did, but it's worth making that test valid. Got pretty good consistent foam there. So now I'm going to switch over the sides the products are on, just to test each other out, see if that's made a difference. And in this case, I found that the Retyre browned out here and the Forced didn't really. You can see the difference in those foams there. So the Retyre is doing better cleaning. Okay then, so what? What's important about what we just looked at? Well, to me, there's an out-and-out winner. That's CarPro Retyre. Of the products that I tested, this dedicated tyre cleaning product did clean the best. However, Forced ran it incredibly close. And there's a massive benefit with Forced in the fact that it's a multi-purpose product. So you can use it for removing bugs off the front of your car. Watch that video. You can use it as a generally brilliant pre-wash. You can use it as a wheel cleaner if you need to. You can use it for cleaning your tyres, etc, etc, etc. You've got a really grubby car, Forced is fantastic, and it is better value than this. Even though you can buy this in 4 litres, and Forced you can either buy ready to use in 5 litres, or you can buy Forced X in a litre, which will make 2 litres because you mix it up 1 to 1. Or you can buy Forced as a 1 litre thing. The value really comes in the bigger quantities. So that's good for really deep cleaning. Either of these products are very, very good for deep cleaning. The Retyre was the best, I think, and I think I proved that, of the ones that I tested. But it's very, very close, and the flexibility of Forced kind of gives you other options, which makes it more valuable in a way. Then you've kind of got the maintenance wash products, and which ones would I use if I'm regularly cleaning my car? If you're doing it every week, every couple of weeks, you're not going to need to hit it with Retyre every time, or Forced or anything like that. You're just going to need something a bit more generalized to do the task. Now for me, that's where the things like VB and Mantis were both very, very good and very comparable. Relative merits and shortcomings of both.
Mantis is a wheel cleaner, which is great, so you can do the wheel, spray the tyre, clean them both at the same time. Winner. VB is basically Koch Chemie's equivalent of Garage Therapy Decon shampoo. They're both caustic shampoos, and they're very good at what they do. Massively dilutable, various different dilution ratios let you do different jobs. So for VB, see in this video, it's a very, very good foaming pre-wash. I find it is a better foaming pre-wash than Decon wash, in my opinion. Others may vary, that's fine, everyone's got their own ones on that. Then you can dilute it at 1:4 for tyre and wheel cleaning. You can use it as your wash shampoo. Again, all these things are like Decon shampoo. But the thing for me, 5 litres of VB is about £30, Decon wash is about 35, and commercially you can buy VB in 10 litre jugs, which again, from a commercial point of view, gives you that economy of scale, which is very useful, and it did a pretty good job at tyre cleaning. It did a pretty good job at wheel cleaning as well. It's the things that you think, oh, I could throw it on it neat, and it would probably do an incredibly good job. Which comes to surfex and the citrus. I wouldn't bother. I don't think they're particularly good at those jobs. However, surfex, I suspect, at 1:5 or neat, would do a very, very, very good job at cleaning up the wheels. So in a future video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison between surfex and, if I've got any Retyre, I'll use that. If not, I'll do it against Force, just to compare those two. Thanks so much for watching. Hope it's been useful. Links to all the products are down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and do that. There's been more stuff like this and general car detailing things around the corner. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you in the next one.